Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, your #1 destination for uncovering the most valuable and sought-after coins in the market. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to share this video so more treasure hunters like you can join our growing community. Today, we're diving into a fascinating pair of halfpenny coins from the United Kingdom, coins that may look simple at first glance, but behind their worn copper sides and dusty surfaces, they hide stories of power, rarity, and unbelievable value. These aren't just old bits of metal, they are keys to history, and in the hands of the right collector, they can be worth far more than you ever imagined. The halfpenny, or ha'penny, as it was often called in Britain, was once a humble coin used for everyday purchases, small, almost forgettable. But over the years, certain dates, minting errors, and rare conditions have transformed these small coins into some of the most prized treasures in the numismatic world. Some are so scarce that when they appear in auctions, bidding wars erupt instantly, sending their value skyrocketing into the hundreds, even thousands of pounds. Let's start first up. Imagine holding in your hand a humble halfpenny from the year 1938, minted in the United Kingdom, its copper surface worn by time yet still whispering the stories of an era long gone. At first glance, it might seem like just another old coin, the kind you might find at the bottom of a drawer or in a forgotten jar of change. But if you knew the truth about this particular coin, your heart would skip a beat. For this is no ordinary relic. It is one of the most valuable, expensive, and ultra-rare copper coins in the world, with the power to turn a modest life into a fortune overnight. Its scarcity is beyond imagination, and in today's market, its worth could reach into the millions, making it one of the crown jewels of numismatics. The year 1938 was a time of quiet tension in the world, as nations prepared for the uncertainty that lay ahead. In the United Kingdom, the Royal Mint continued to produce coins that would soon become part of history. The halfpenny, a small copper coin, was a workhorse of everyday transactions, passing from hand to hand in bustling markets, quiet countryside shops, and across the palms of people who could never have imagined the value it might one day hold. Among those coins, a tiny fraction emerged with unique qualities: minute errors in minting, unusual metal compositions, or rare variations that would one day elevate them into the realm of numismatic legends. This 1938 halfpenny is the sort of treasure collectors dream about. It's not just old, it's a relic of craftsmanship, precision, and history. In certain conditions, especially when preserved in mint or near-mint state, its gleaming copper face can command staggering prices in auctions. Imagine the coin as it was when it first left the mint: sharp details of Britannia seated proudly, the inscriptions crisp and clear, the edges flawless. Over time, most coins lost that perfection, their surfaces dulled by decades of use. But a pristine 1938 halfpenny, untouched by the wear of circulation, becomes an object of fierce competition among collectors. Its rarity is not merely about age. Millions of coins were minted in various years, but the survival rate for certain issues like the 1938 halfpenny is astonishingly low in high-grade conditions. Many were melted down, lost, or damaged beyond repair. Those that remain intact, especially those with rare minting anomalies, are now treasures worth more than gold ounce for ounce. It's these small quirks, sometimes invisible to the untrained eye, that turn an ordinary coin into something worth millions. There is also the emotional power of such a coin. Holding it is like holding a piece of the past, a time capsule from the days before the Second World War. The copper carries a subtle patina, a warm hue that speaks of the hands it has passed through. Every scratch and mark tells a story, yet the truly valuable specimens show almost none, as if time itself has spared them. Collectors don't just see a coin, they see a legacy, a bridge between generations. When such a coin appears in the market, it sends shockwaves through the numismatic community. Word spreads fast, and bidders from across the globe ready their offers. The excitement is palpable, for opportunities to acquire a coin of this magnitude come once in a lifetime, if at all. Those lucky enough to own one find themselves in possession of not just a collectible, but a tangible fortune. The 1938 halfpenny in exceptional condition doesn't just command a high price, it inspires awe. Auction houses know that offering such a coin will draw crowds and media attention. The numbers involved can be staggering. It's not unheard of for ultra-rare examples to fetch sums in the millions, especially when provenance, condition, and rarity align perfectly. These are the coins that can change a person's life overnight. Imagine the scenario. You're sorting through an old box of belongings from a grandparent, and there it is, a small copper coin with the date 1938. At first, it might not seem like much, but upon closer inspection, you notice the sharpness of the details, the perfect edges, the absence of wear. A coin dealer examines it under magnification and confirms the unbelievable: you're holding one of the finest surviving specimens. In that moment, the humble halfpenny becomes your passport to a new life. The allure of this coin is not only in its value but in its mystery. Why are so few in pristine condition? Some say they were part of special presentation sets, others believe they were experimental strikes or low mintage test runs. Theories abound, and each one adds to the romance and intrigue of the coin. It's this blend of history, mystery, and scarcity that makes it irresistible to collectors. Over the years, legendary stories have emerged of lucky finds, coins bought for pennies at flea markets that later sold for hundreds of thousands, even millions. These tales fuel the dreams of treasure hunters and hobbyists, reminding us that extraordinary discoveries can be hiding in plain sight. The copper halfpenny of 1938 is proof that greatness can come in small packages. Its humble face value belies the immense worth it can hold. And because so few people know of its true value, it's entirely possible that one sits forgotten in a collection, waiting for someone to recognize its worth. The coin is also a piece of artistry. The intricate design, the craftsmanship of the engraver, and the balance of form and function speak to a time when coins were made to be both beautiful and durable. In an age before mass digital transactions, coins were tangible symbols of trust and value, and this halfpenny stands as a shining example of that tradition. Collectors often say that owning such a coin is like owning a masterpiece of fine art. And just like art, its value is driven not only by rarity but also by the emotional connection it inspires. It's a piece that tells a story of a nation, a moment in history, and the people who lived through it. If you are fortunate enough to possess one, you hold more than copper and engraving, you hold potential beyond measure. You hold the ability to change your life with a single transaction. And in today's volatile market, where trends shift and investments rise and fall, tangible assets like rare coins can be a stable, even growing store of wealth. The 1938 halfpenny in ultra-rare condition is a dream for auctioneers. It guarantees excitement, competition, and headlines. And in the right room, with the right bidders, the price can climb into realms that would have seemed impossible just decades ago. Think about the transformation this coin could bring. It could pay off debts, buy homes, fund dreams, and secure futures. It's a small object with an enormous impact, a piece of history that can rewrite the future of its owner. This is why you should never underestimate the power of a small, seemingly insignificant coin. The 1938 halfpenny is a reminder that fortunes can be found in the most unexpected places, and that sometimes the key to a better life can fit in the palm of your hand. For numismatists, the hunt for such a coin is both passion and profession. They know the thrill of discovery, the joy of holding history, and the satisfaction of knowing that they have preserved something precious for future generations. In the end, the value of the 1938 halfpenny is not just measured in money, but in the wonder it inspires. It is not just a coin, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a bridge between the past and the future, and perhaps the most extraordinary halfpenny the world has ever seen. Up next is... Ladies and gentlemen, today we are stepping into a world where history, rarity, and fortune collide in a single breathtaking piece of metal: the 1957 United Kingdom halfpenny copper coin. This is no ordinary pocket change. This is a hidden treasure that could be sitting quietly in someone's old drawer, unaware of the unimaginable wealth it holds. The year 1957 might seem like just another chapter in the long story of the British monarchy, but in the coin world, it carries a mystique all its own. This halfpenny is a shimmering time capsule of craftsmanship and heritage, struck in pure copper with an elegance that speaks of a bygone era. But beyond its beauty, its rarity is what turns it into a fortune-making wonder. Every curve of its design, every letter in its inscription, whispers the tale of the United Kingdom's post-war identity. The nation was rebuilding, reshaping its global image, and its currency reflected both tradition and resilience. This halfpenny, minted with precision, became an everyday object for the public, yet some rare surviving examples would become more than money. They would become gold mines in copper's disguise. When you hold a 1957 halfpenny in pristine, untouched condition, it's like holding a perfect relic of mid-century Britain. No scratches, no tarnish, no blemishes, just the original glow of its minting day. Such coins are so few in number that collectors are willing to pay staggering sums, sometimes beyond reason, for the privilege of owning one. Why such extreme value? It's a combination of limited surviving numbers, the historical context, and the sheer beauty of the strike. Over the years, most coins entered circulation, passed hand to hand, worn down by decades of trade. But a rare handful escaped this fate, kept aside by accident or foresight, remaining in near-mint brilliance. In today's market, the upper echelon of these coins commands prices so jaw-dropping, they could indeed change your life overnight. Imagine discovering one in your family's coin jar and realizing it's worth not just hundreds or thousands, but potentially millions. That's the magic and madness of numismatic treasures. The 1957 halfpenny features the timeless portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, her youthful visage symbolizing a new era for Britain. On the reverse, the depiction of the Golden Hind, Sir Francis Drake's famous galleon, stands proudly, a tribute to Britain's seafaring glory. This combination of monarch and maritime legend gives the coin an unmistakable charm. But rarity is where the real fire lies. While millions of halfpennies were minted in general, the ultra-rare high-grade survivors from 1957, especially those struck in proof quality or possessing unique minting quirks, are virtually priceless to the right collector. Some have mint errors so unusual they might be one of a kind. A double-struck design, a misaligned die, or an off-metal strike can send the value of this coin into orbit. Collectors hunt for these anomalies with the precision of detectives, willing to outbid rivals in fierce auction battles. This isn't just collecting, it's treasure hunting on a grand scale. If you own one, the worst mistake you could make is to spend it or sell it hastily. The market for such coins is unpredictable but trending upward, with values spiking as global demand for rare British currency grows. Once gone, these coins seldom reappear, making each transaction a high-stakes event. The 1957 halfpenny also stands as a cultural bridge between the old and the new. It's part of the pre-decimal system, a monetary structure that vanished in 1971 with decimalization. For many, it represents nostalgia, a link to the days before the pound was restructured, an era of shillings, florins, and halfpennies. Copper itself adds another layer of romance. Over time, copper coins develop a warm, rich patina that makes them even more beautiful. In untouched condition, the color gleams like reddish-gold sunlight, while aged patinas give off a stately, antique glow. Both finishes have their admirers, but the untouched mint red is the crown jewel. Auction houses across the globe have witnessed extraordinary bidding wars over this coin. Stories circulate in numismatic circles about collectors traveling halfway across the world just to hold a specimen in their hands before bidding. The energy in such rooms is electric. Every tick of the clock pushes the price higher. This is a coin that refuses to be forgotten. Even as newer and flashier coins enter the collecting scene, the 1957 halfpenny maintains its grip on the imagination of enthusiasts. Its blend of history, artistry, and scarcity makes it an icon in the world of rare coins. For the casual observer, it may seem unbelievable that a copper coin once worth less than a penny could now rival the value of luxury cars, homes, or even entire estates. But this is the strange alchemy of rarity and desire, the very fuel of the numismatic world. Some say coins like this have fortune energy, an almost mythical ability to change the destiny of their owners. Whether you believe in such legends or not, the truth remains. Selling this coin too cheaply could mean walking away from life-changing wealth. The key is preservation. If you have one, protect it from moisture, avoid handling it with bare hands, and store it in a secure, climate-controlled case. Even a small scratch could cost thousands in lost value. Coins live and die by their condition. And while the market is strong now, the future could be even brighter. As time passes, surviving examples will only become rarer. What's scarce today may be virtually extinct tomorrow, pushing values to unprecedented heights. Think about the stories embedded in its copper, the hands that once touched it, the shops it passed through, the pockets it rested in. Then think about the extraordinary journey that could lead it from obscurity to a record-breaking auction haul. This is why collectors often call such coins sleeping giants. They lie unnoticed for years, even decades, before suddenly awakening to reveal their true worth. The 1957 halfpenny is perhaps the finest example of this phenomenon. It's a coin that demands respect, careful study, and patience. Selling it is not just a transaction, it's the passing of a historical torch, a piece of Britain's legacy, and a slice of numismatic immortality. In a world where digital currencies dominate headlines, There's something profoundly grounding about a small copper coin carrying so much real-world value. It's tangible, it's beautiful, and it's rare enough to make any collector's heart race. The 1957 half-penny copper coin isn't just money. It's a treasure map, a time machine, and a ticket to unimaginable fortune, all rolled into one small, shining disc. If you own one, remember this: the power to change your life could be resting in the palm of your hand.